gonna start on the leg press. Warm up first because, well, I don't want to hurt myself. Right. Usually I only do like 8 to 10. Good range of motion to warm up. That's a good start. I'm gonna add one more plate. To this. Alright, so I should be fully warmed up now. So this is my first working set. I'm not really sure how it's gonna feel. However, I'm gonna try to get as many reps as I can comfortably with reasonable form. And if I can only get like 5 or whatever, I'll take a break and then hit another 5 and then another 5, and I'll do that for about 2 sets. Also, secondary here is calf press. So I get I go 2 breaks and then yeah, this is very stressful. All right, give me a second. So with the leg press, I got about 8 reps on that, and not gonna lie, that kicked my butt. With the calf press, I got 15 reps. You get more with the calf press than you can with the leg press, obviously. If you don't get as many reps with heavyweight leg press, that's fine. You can rest, take a 40-second rest, then attempt it again. Just like pull-ups, right? Like most people can't get 10 pull-ups in a row. So you do sets of 5, right? Do 5, rest 30 to 1 minute, hit 5 again. So keep on doing that until you hit 40 reps, and I guarantee you, you'll actually develop. Same thing with the leg press. All right. All right. So first set was 10 reps with 180. So now we're going replacement side. Not that many reps here, just one enough. This way we get some blood flow to the muscles so we don't cramp up or get hurt later. That's before we start some more weight. We're gonna hit up the leg press for another set again. The goal is to get at least 3 sets with this kind of weight. After that, I can do whatever I want to do. I think this is like the meat and potatoes of my leg exercise. This way I secure my lower back and make sure my vertebrae don't get damaged. I do love squats too, by the way, but I want to max out the weight so I can get muscle size. That's why I'm going heavy on the leg press instead of the squat. I need to save my lower back and try to do that. We're gonna go from there to calf press. Okay, some important notes. I want to make sure I challenge myself with every exercise that I do. But I also want to make sure that I'm safe so that I don't damage myself. Because if I damage myself, then I won't be able to come back for weeks. And this is get those gains. I don't want to miss those gains. Oh, by the way, if the first rep I did on the leg press, notice that rep was to get a feeling of how the legs feel. After that, I started doing better form. Basically, you just have to feel your body out and your mind. And don't get hurt. So we're gonna have dumbbell, stiff leg, dumbbell, stiff leg, deadlift with dumbbell. Sometimes we use barbell on them, but I like dumbbells too because I feel like maybe it's like that. So this works the hamstring and the glutes. Starting to get tired here at the end. You want to make sure that you hit your hamstrings if you hit your quads. All right, let me get another set. This is the stiff leg dumbbell exercise that I'm doing. I'm doing this because I'm hitting up the hamstrings because I already hit up the quads, right? So they're it's almost like a superset, but I have to hit both. Hold on. You can say we're all professional here. All right, hold on. There you go. I just want to make sure I don't round my back, that's all. All right, cool. I basically do as many as I can do before losing form. I stop when I'm about to lose form. All right, that's the last set. Leg press. Get one more time. One more game. All right, we got one more time here. So far, it's been about 8 reps, which is fine. I'm completely fine with that. It's just heavy weight for me. Getting mentally prepared here. Now leg press. One more. All right. Hold on to that. Don't do it. Okay, so this is 145 pounds. It's moderate weight for me. 2 more sets coming up. At least top 3. Try to focus on slowing down on the concentric. Trying to adjust my form a little bit to get it better form. But I want to leave about 2 reps in the tank. Everybody's favorite leg extensions. Simple, right? This works the inner head of the quad. So the tear drop, it's actually pretty light for me. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier and adjust the machine. The machine is wrong for my leg length. I just want this joint to be moving. I want it almost in the arch of where the bench is. Okay, that's better. Anywhere from 10 to 15 reps. 12 is kind of ideal. 12 is like perfect. All right, check it out. So I got two more sets of this. Trying to work on my form and concentrate on keeping the muscle under tension. Don't want to rush too much. Alright. Trying to slow it down. I want the muscle under tension. I want to do the lying hamstring curl. Honestly, I'd rather do the seated hamstring curl. Because with the seated hamstring curl, your legs don't. Your hamstring's already in slight tension. However, this is not a bad exercise either. Whatever I do, I'm going to do it under control. Time under tension. I usually don't talk too much when I'm getting my reps because I like to focus on the contraction. Notice when I'm coming back down, a concentric phase, I'm not rushing. I'm taking my time and making sure that my form is good. And most importantly, that I keep time under tension with the muscle. And it's also important to get a good stretch on the hamstring when you do this exercise, so you don't get leg cramps. Yeah, so while I didn't go to complete failure there, that was definitely a good set. I will get some hypertrophy from that. So I'm going to do that about 3 more times. Alright, so check it out. The reason why I like to do the seated hamstring curl is, again, when you start the exercise, your leg is already it's like your leg has more tension on it, so the hamstring gets worked more effectively than the lying hamstring curl. It's more aligned and better for the body. I will say though, they both feel similar. So I did 140. I'm going to put it just a little bit more. It's 160. I like to work in my 12 rep maximum. It's getting harder, so I'm not talking as much. Yeah, I get to the point where I only have one more rep left in me, one or two. I don't want to go to complete failure, but close to complete failure. Alright, so this is the deal, right? I'm going to do these Bulgarian squats. The benches are occupied, where I want to use this. I'm actually going to use this bench. Right. I just want to take my time here and get some reps. This will help me with my balance and also any imbalances that I have between my legs. I like to mix some flexibility, some agility into my workouts. So if you notice, I did the heavy lifting first. You know, the squats and the deadlift. I did that first. Right? It's more like a toning completion exercise. Range of motion, hip flexibility. And again, balance between the legs. Now, if you're more comfortable with using dumbbells and adding weight, then go ahead. All right, no big deal. This is just the second set. Bulgarian squats. Let's go. Remember, we're gonna leave one or two in the tank. So close to failure, but not failure. Because what doesn't defeat you makes you stronger. Holy crap, man. No joke. All right, same Bulgarian squats. You know, I usually get about 3 to 4 sets of whichever exercise I do. Try to take my time and focus on my form. Even though the form is it's not perfect, whatever I do, I make sure that I'm not in a range of injury. And as I get stronger over time, the form will get better. Right? Most important thing, don't get hurt and show up. Never miss a workout. Close to failure. Cool. So, yeah, I do some kind of adductor machine. So this is a hip adductor. So the adductor machine is the one where you squeeze your thighs inward, right? You squeeze them together. So think of the addition sign, right? It's adductor with two D's. D's is in double. D is in double, right? The adductor, the hip adductor machine. So I'm not really trying to max out the weight on this. I'm just trying to get 3 sets of reasonable reps on this because I'm really focused here on hip flexibility. I'm just trying to remain agile and flexible and make sure that I have balanced strength and agility in my body, like everywhere, right? Including lower body. So this is more like an accessory move. So close to the end of my workout is when I'll start doing the adductor exercise, as well as the abductor exercise, which is instead of inner, the abductor is outer. Again, has to do with hip flexibility. Of course, lower body strength too. It also does help you in other exercises like squats. All right, check it out. So put the weight up to I put the weight up to 100. It's my third set. Um, I usually only do 3 sets on this, but yeah, you know, I try to get body parts that I feel are not being worked at all. I want to have overall strength. I actually enjoy working out, so and I take my time, right? Again, that was the adductor with 2 D's, as in double, and it's inner adductor add. All right, adductor add. I'm not getting that many sets. Probably only like 3 sets. All right. So I'm about mid-teens now in body fat. As I approach 12%, that's when a workout like that, exercise that is gonna pay off. But I'm just getting ready now. I'm building up size now because the abs are like any other muscle group, where time under tension will let them grow. But they're not going to show until the body fat starts to get lower. And it's the effect as we approach 12%, they're really going to pop the 12% body fat. All right, so check it out. These are decline sit-ups. Everybody's familiar with these. They're weighted. They're not really going to, I suggest like sit-ups are not really going to be the primary focus of your workouts, or they shouldn't be, until you're like starting to approach closer to 15% body fat. But weighted is good because the abs are like any other muscle group. If you work them under tension, they'll grow. But you're not going to see abs until you start approaching the teens, the mid-teens, in body fat. I'm not normally talking while I do that. All right, so check it out. We did some decline crunches for the upper abs. As we approach 15% body fat, the upper abs are going to be exposed normally without flexing, especially as we go sub-mid-teens body fat, right? As we approach 14%, 13%, etc. As we move closer to 12%, the lower abs are going to become more visible and they're going to become more etched out. So I'm just going to do some exercises to get the lower abs stimulated with some leg raises. about 12. Take my time. Kick out. Under control. If you have the stamina, you could also do some jackknives. That's it. Yeah, I feel that. No big deal. This is my third and last set. I just want to make sure I get some abs in there. Each set I do it's challenging, right? Again, abs is not my main focus, but it's in there, and I'm getting some good abs. Let's go. All right. It's no joke. Not even any weight. Yeah, I like to do this at near the conclusion of my workout, right? I'm still gonna do cardio, but I do this right before the cardio. Do the form that's comfortable for you, right? Make sure whatever you do, you're under control and you don't hurt yourself. Take your time.